Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, in this video I'm going to share with you a rather unique confession. Okay, now given that, when people look at me, the first thing they notice is my face tattoos. Okay, there's always a curiosity. Okay, fine, why did this guy tattoo his face? Oh my goodness, look at this guy. And then somewhere down the line, people tend to ask, so what do you actually do? Okay, what do you do for a living? And when I give them the standard line, personal branding strategist, I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, and also the Middle East. And people book my services for personal improvement, self-improvement, personal branding, whatever, coaching, mentoring. The question always comes to, how can a guy who tattooed his face, which is, if you look at it, it's something that only a person who's a rebel would do, or someone whose head is not screwed up in the right place. Being a guy who has tattooed his face and made such bad choices, what the hell are you going to guide others to make the right choices? So in this video, what I'm going to do is I will address the drawbacks of these tattoos, and towards the end, what I'll do, I'll address the aspect as to how do I overcome this objection. Okay? So what I want you to do is watch the video and then give me your thoughts. What do you think? I've jotted down 9 points. Okay, and I'll keep it real. See, the first thing is these tattoos, having a tattoo on the face is not normal. Okay, unless you're from the New Zealand tribe, where they have tattoos on the face for spiritual or cultural or traditional reasons. Normal people just don't tattoo, extremely, like one tattoo is fine. That also is making a statement. But then making multiple tattoos is, you're trying to show you're a rebel. And then, it comes across unprofessional. But the minute you start showing visible tattoos on the neck, and then people, there's something wrong with this guy or this female. Why is she making it so explicit? And finally, when it comes to the face, people say, this person's not normal. So the first thing is, which I will tell you for a fact, it is not normal. Okay, it is not normal, and it has a massive negative connotation, a massive negative stigma. Okay, you really have to be, like I'll tell you, the reason why I got it is because I really love attention. At least I used to. I love attention, just like a normal person who loves attention and posts their photographs on Instagram or Facebook or whichever app, their videos. People love attention. Just that I was among those who liked too much attention. It's like screaming and shouting, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm here, look at me, just look at me. And you could say this stems from my childhood, that I was always seeking attention, never got it. Or you could even, address it to my ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Okay. I know that sounds like, oh, he's mentally gone case or something. It's just that because the mind works so fast, we are constantly restless. And with that restlessness comes the attention seeking as you call, disorder. Okay. So that's number one. Number two is you're you're making a very big statement. The statement that you're a rebel, the statement that I don't fit in, I want to stand out. Or it can be, like in some cases, it can be a statement you belong to a gang. Or there are even cultures where females, when they put tattoos, means they're low class or they're prostitutes. At least in Asian countries, when a female has tattoos, she's looked upon as low class. And that's why you'll never see anyone from the royal family or, with good education or good upbringing, high class people. They don't have visible tattoos and they don't show it. Okay? So it's more like you're making a big statement and you're advertising it to the whole world. Hey, I'm a rebel or I'm a gangster and it's a known fact. Most of the people, let's say in Mexico, Philippines, they have tattoos because it's an affiliation to a gang. Okay. Number three is the main reason why I tell people not to get tattoos. Because if you get a tattoo, your career, you are shooting your career goodbye. You literally say no to all service industries. You'll say no to all, luxury, careers that involve working with luxury brands. You will not have any options, let's say banking, airlines, so many other avenues, especially where customer service is concerned. And, there are a lot of companies who don't want their salespeople or their representatives having tattoos. In fact, many places in Europe and UK, they say people with tattoos and piercings need not apply. So it's not any kind of racism or sexism. It is very simple. You would like someone who is, clean, looking clean, not with spots and, gangster kind of messages or controversial stuff. Okay. So your career is, you're seriously hurting and harming your career. And that is why I tell so many people, literally everyone who speaks to me, don't get a tattoo until you reach, say, 40 is the ideal age. Because by the time you know what are your career options and what is right and not right. And mostly people by the age of 40, they're not into being a rebel. But if it's earlier, 35, last option is after 30. Because I got it at the age of 31. And by the time I knew clearly where I wanted to work and where I didn't want to work. And I definitely didn't want to be an employee. Number 4 is employers and decision makers and even people who do business. They have this, fear inside. Okay, this guy is a rebel. This guy is, he's making big statements. Can I trust him? He might, if he's ready to fight the whole world and doesn't give a damn, can he honor the contract? Does he have integrity? So employers, businessmen, they also have this kind of stigma or this fear to associate. So they're also in business. It can affect you. Okay. Number 5 is the most common. You will be judged left, right, and center. And some people say, hey, you're judging others. Don't judge a book by a cover. But come on, man. I mean, we all do that. All of us do that. And it's nothing wrong. I mean, let's say, for example, a female is, showing her tits and just covering her nipples. And she's wearing hot pants where you can see the outline of every curve, even her camel toe. I mean, you will judge her as this female has no shame, or she's a slut, or she's sleeping around. You're not going to say that woman is a woman of character who's showing her body, who's showing her curves, or someone, you see so many, not so many, there are people There are women who enlarge their breasts, which are so big that they can't even, like, abnormally big, or the ass is like so huge, and on top of that they have their lips, they have put silicone where the lips are so big. So obviously you're going to judge them, right? So appearance does matter. You have to fool yourself to think appearance doesn't matter. That is why, let's say in the military, or in the airlines, or in banking, or let's say luxury brands, why do they dress up prim and proper? Why do you go dressed up in a suit when you're going for government jobs or government work, or let's say for a wedding? Your appearance does matter, so you will get judged. And having tattoos on the face, people think, oh fuck, that's the initial reaction. So you cannot blame. And remember this, I told you, prison members like Mexico and Philippines, and people who have tattoos are generally associated with crime. Number 6 is, for many cultures, many traditions, many families, it's a matter of shame, because you become the abnormal person in the family. They're like, everyone else is, so normal. This one is like, what? So, and I'll tell you, when I was in Dubai, there were so many people who didn't want to associate with me, at least publicly. Privately, they would talk to me. Even girls, they would date me, they would sleep with me, but publicly they didn't want to be seen. So they would come secretly to my apartment or do it quietly. And I know, right? They're decent outside, but in the four walls of a bedroom, some other story. Because it's a matter of shame. Even my clients didn't want to associate, especially those who were working in multinational companies. And I made it before it used to hurt me, but then I made it a standard practice. I would never associate myself with any client, because I didn't want any drama or problems for the client. And it worked out better, because privacy. So it is a matter of shame. Remember this much. And the girls who I wanted to marry, so many of them chose not to marry me for the simple reason. They told me, what will society think if tomorrow we have a baby? Everyone will make fun of the baby. It'll be a matter of shame. So, it is a matter of shame if you have tattoos, especially on the face. Number 7 is a little bit more on the serious side, especially if you're traveling. There are countries that do ban tattoos. UAE, where I lived, even with tattoos. This guy is a German guy who has, you can Google search his name. His name is Rolf B.U. something, Bulchor or something. He is the world record holder for the most piercings on the face. He has tattoos from head to toe. What is unique about him is he has so many piercings on his face, and he has horns, implants to have horns. Now, what will shock you is he is a banker in Germany. He works as a banker. Now, when he tried to enter UAE, he was stopped at the airport because they claimed that he, was doing black magic, which was bullshit anyway. But ever since he got banned and it was put all in the papers, anyone and everyone who saw me thought I was oh fuck, another snake. You scared the shit out of me, man. Ooh. Fucking hell. Ooh, talk about. I was nearly going to step on the thing. Whew. I have to look front end at the camera. Oh. Okay. I didn't plan this one out. And anyway, this snake wasn't injured, it was alive. Alright, so, okay, get back. Where was I? Okay, this German guy, yeah. But after he got thrown out, he was not allowed to enter. People thought I was the same guy, and it created a whole host of problems for me. Every time someone would stop me, or some undercover CID means Criminal Investigation Department, an officer or a policeman, or take me to the police station. This guy managed to enter the country illegally. It was a headache. Yeah. So yeah, and remember, you cannot enter, especially Muslim countries. They will not allow. People have asked me whether immigration creates problem. Immigration till today, it's a funny thing. They actually, like in Thailand, whenever I came, they would actually the immigration officer would come out and he would take a selfie with me. And they were like, oh, very good, very good. Even though my photograph on a passport those days was the old me without tattoos. So they were pretty cool. However, when you go to Muslim countries, like in Qatar, I told you, in Qatar Airways, the Muslim guy shouted and screamed when he saw me sitting next to, whatever seat they allocated, I sat down. So they made me sit next to a family. It seems his family was there. He shouted and screamed and made a big ruckus. Then at Dubai, some security guy was checking the luggage, pulled me aside and said, no, we have to call the police and jail you and you're a criminal. And then someone senior said, hey, keep your mouth shut and let him go. And then there was another guy, immigration guy. He stopped me anyway. He stopped me and took me for investigation, and they said they had to put me behind bars. And then again in Dubai, at an event which I was supposed to be like a brand promoter there also. So multiple number of headaches, especially after that German guy's incident. Otherwise, they used to look at me as a novelty. Anyway, so yeah, there are a lot of countries that will ban you, and I don't think I'm ever going to visit Saudi. Neither do I have the interest. In India, I've gone multiple number of times. They think I don't know Hindi, so they always pass these comments, "Chutiye ko dekh," and this and that. But the minute they get the Indian passport, they're like, "You're Indian? What you did to your face, man?" So that's a normal thing. Anyway, I'm polite and I just tell them it's something that I did. So when I tell them I stayed in Dubai, mental log means mad people. Mental log wahan se aate means mad people come from there only. So number 8 is relationships. I told you, the girl who I wanted to marry refused to marry me, and it does not happen once, multiple number of times. So you can imagine how badly even I wanted to get married those days. But yeah, and there are people who don't want to associate with you publicly. But it's not just boyfriend, girlfriend. It is people, families. And I think one part which I kind of hate is, this is just off the topic, not relationships. There are people like this one guy, his name is Mohammed. I won't give his full name. He follows Islam, he believes in Allah and all that. So he used to always have this, I'm holy, but I'll tolerate you. You're a sinner, you're evil. So he used to always, have that holier than thou attitude. In fact, he said, Loy, anytime you're coming to India, come, you visit me, I will accept you publicly. And come on, man, go fuck yourself. I will just block the guy off. In fact, you know this. I posted it when it happened. Multi-millionaire in Dubai was ready to give me $500,000 dirhams, not dollars, to not only means he would keep that as a budget to get my face, neck, and hands tattoo removed by getting laser. Plus, he had another $500,000 after my tattoo would get removed. He wanted me to embrace Islam. And because the reason being is because I was good at public speaking, he wanted me to, pull people towards God, and God being Allah. So he said, you will be an amazing story. You will inspire people. So yeah, I know he has good intentions, but your list of values is not my list of values. And you may think you're doing God's job, but for me, I think you're just having this join my team, my club, my religion. We are the number one. We are the selected one. Rest everyone is a sinner. So, and I hated that. And last but not the least, number 9 is you have to get used to name calling. Like it's not uncommon for me to get, fuck, how does your wife even look at your face, or how does she even want to fuck a face like that? And how does your daughter, doesn't she get scared of you? And then people are like, who the fuck would come to take advice from a mental retard like you? And you get all those comments in relation to the career, and you might think I feel bad. See, the thing is, I'm being honest here. Huh? This is not faking it. I've been through much more worse criticism, rejection, pain from people who matter. Right from childhood, when tattoos was not an issue. So now at 46, being lived on this planet for so many years, as an adult, you think I'm going to feel offended by some random person's opinion. See, one thing, this is also a lesson for you. Anyone who is going to be your client, okay, will not even notice all this. Or even if they notice, they look at what value you can offer them. But those who don't want to be your client are the ones who make all this drama. So for me, it's very simple. If someone needs convincing to come to me, means they're not my client. You have to be convinced by default, because I have 7,000 videos on YouTube, so much of content which I've given for free. If still you need validation, you should definitely seek someone else, not me. And I've told this to my close ones. If I need to prove myself to you, like to get your certificate of character or your certificate of authentication or whatever, then what the fuck? I mean, who are you? I tell people, I don't need your validation. I don't need your approval to remind me or to tell me who I am. I know who I am very clearly, and I'm comfortable with it. See, people who know me, people who are part of my groups, people who are my clients, over the years, I didn't need to convince them. This is the beauty of being a personal brand. Huh? You don't have to convince anyone. They will come to you. When you have to convince someone, then you're not a personal brand, because you have to pitch and sell your idea and sell yourself and all that bull. So before I conclude, let me just address the final question. How has this affected my business, and has it affected? Like I've told you, those who have to be my clients, they are my clients. I don't need to convince them anything. And I only deal with people who have money and people who are slightly high profile. The reason being is they have the maturity not to look at what is not necessary. They don't look at my sexual lifestyle. They don't look at what I eat. They don't look at who I'm dating. They don't look whether he has tattoos, don't have tattoos. They don't look at my opinions, which don't concern them. They don't look at anything. They just look at, I need this service. Can you do this job? If yes, this is the money. Thank you very much. And I prefer those kind of clients. They are lesser headache. They focus on what matters, nothing else. You will not believe. I've had, when I was in Dubai, and I was to offer services to people who would come to my house. As to how the hall room, which was large enough for people to sit for my coaching. They were, especially Muslims. I've always had this problem with Muslims. This Keralite, one Keralite Muslim guy, he actually told me, I like your coaching, I like your, but your face is tattooed. I'm sorry, in my religion, it is haram, pure haram, and haram means you're evil. And hey, how are you doing?
Fine. I thought we thought you'd moved because we didn't see you for a while.
No. It was raining, no?
Oh,
Quite a number. So when it rains, you don't feel like going out.
That's true. That's true.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
No complaints.
All right. You take care.
I don't complain.
All right. See you. So, I'm aware he wanted to talk a little bit, but I just want to finish my videos. He is a nice person, very kind and very polite. Anyway, so, he told me, you are haram, you are evil. So I told him, you're free not to come. In fact, I even got one Arab guy, local, who heard my speech. And he came to me and said, brother, I want to talk to you. And he introduced himself as someone who's related to the ruling family. He says, I love your message. I love what you spoke. I had given a keynote address almost for an hour. He's saying, but I have a problem. I want to share this message with my son. But wallahi, I can't show the video. I can't show your face. I can't, because he'll think tattoos is good and tattoos is haram in our religion. So I told him, take my message. I gave him a simple solution. I said, take my message and take down the notes and you share it as if this is what you learned from somebody. And then I found it silly that he asked me this because it's common sense what I told him. And then he asked me, brother, why don't you get it removed, please? So I told him, because he's a member of the royal family, I told him, for now, I have it. Maybe one day when I think I no longer need it, I'll go for laser removal. He said, thank you. Brother, please, get it removed. I request you. Okay. Then there was another Muslim Indian, Keralite, who came to my house and he didn't have a problem with my tattoos. He had a problem with my dogs, because even dogs are considered haram in Islam. They consider dogs as dirty. Some people even harm dogs in Arab countries like Syria, and they've taken videos which have now been taken down. They take a dog on top of a terrace of a building and throw this poor animal from the top. Or some, when they have like a mother with the puppies, they put kerosene and set them on fire. It's not all Muslims, but these are disgusting animals who follow Islam and think they're doing the work of God. So this Keralite Muslim guy came home and told me, I'll be your client and enroll for your coaching if you can get rid of these dogs. I told him I really wanted to give it to him, but because he was invited by another client of mine, I told him, I'm sorry, but I don't accept your offer. Just as if I pay you money and ask you to change, you're not going to put a tattoo on your face, right? So in the same way, don't ask me to do something. Especially I consider this dog as my family, not you. And that was as polite as I could say it. My client did apologize to me. He said, please ignore him. He's stupid. I said that I figured out. So yeah, I've had people like this. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to tell you is those who have to be my client don't need any convincing, don't need any explanation. And most of these people have traveled the world, seen the world, and they don't judge you. I'm not saying those who do judge are bad. Obviously, it takes two hands to clap, two to tango. I have done this on my face. But then, obviously, you have not traveled the world, you have not seen the world, you don't have a broad horizon. You want everything to fit within your little value systems. And anyone who doesn't fit is bad or evil. I prefer not to deal with such individuals. I have many Muslims, many Hindus, many Christians, many conservative people in my WhatsApp groups who are perfectly chill with me. And I'm chill with them. You can follow any religion, do whatever you want. So anyway, these are my thoughts with regards to my face tattoos. And like I told you, I'm not immature. Well, I know you might say, yeah, that's what you say, but look at your face. Trust me. But whether you want to believe or not, I don't give a fuck anyway. I do have the common sense and the understanding to know that this, what I've done, is unacceptable to society, and it's a massive statement. So, but lucky for me, I'm able to earn my livelihood. Through blood, sweat, and tears, like that saying goes, I managed to build a personal brand for myself. I make a decent living. I'm happy, and I have, everything a person might need. So anyway, these are my thoughts. Let me know what are yours, and feel free to let me know when you saw me the first time. What did you feel? That is something very interesting that I get from people. When people see me the first time, what do they think? How do they judge me? And it doesn't make you bad, but it's an interesting perspective. People tell me, I thought you're mafia, I thought you're evil, I thought you're a Satan cult worshipper. By the way, that is what I spoke on my TED talk. You can just type Loy Machedo TED TEDx Dubai. So anyway, you guys take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.